good morning. I want to believe that each and every person is able to get my voice. We want to start, and that is from where we stopped yesterday. So, if you are getting my voice, kindly unmute yourself and say good morning. Morning, morning, Keisha. Morning, Ryan. Morning, Kasina. Alvan, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good to see you. Kate, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, how about Yves? Yves, good morning. Yves, are you in class?
Yes.
Okay, so we are going to proceed from, morning. We are going to proceed from where we stopped. And at this juncture, I just want us to have a review of our previous lesson. Of course, as you can all remember or recall, we happen to have talked about population growth, and we were just looking at ways in which we can manage that is rapid population or the rapid population growth, and also ways in which we can as well manage the slow population growth. And of course, in reference to this, for those who can recall, we happen to have sometimes looked at the population in India. We also looked at the population in Kenya as well as that of Germany, whereby we were just trying to do a close comparison. Now, up to yesterday, we managed to introduce that is ways of just managing the rapid population growth. And we also went ahead and looked at some of the associated problems, in short, problems that are associated with the slow population growth and how best we can manage that, and also some of the problems or challenges that are associated with the rapid population growth. Now, I just want us to be able to talk on actually ways of managing that is slow population growth. But before then, we also looked at effects of HIV and AIDS on population growth, whereby we had mentioned things like the negative impact that the society, the HIV and AIDS is giving to the society. And of course, I remember that we had mentioned something like it slows down the population growth definitely, because those who fell a victim, they always battle this virus, but at a certain point, they get to die, and that slows down our population growth. Then, of course, we also went ahead and also looked at this, that it increases the number of single parent family, whereby you find that maybe a mother or father dies as a result of having the HIV and AIDS. And of course, we also went ahead and looked at the increase in the number of orphans that we have in the world, or in our country to be more specific, as a result of this virus. Then it also creates what we call a big loss of productivity, or productive population, because people keep on dying of HIV and AIDS, that of course do affect our population, or infect our population rather. Then we also said that in any case, one is attacked by HIV and AIDS, your immune system gets to be lowered. So once your immune system is lowered, what is likely to happen is that there are other opportunistic diseases that can come in and take the advantage of your immune system being very low, and they can easily eliminate you. So we also said that HIV and AIDS get to lower our life expectancy. And when we were talking about life expectancy, for those who can recall, you all remember that life expectancy is just the duration in which one is supposed to stay in this very planet. So when you are infected by HIV and AIDS, then the life expectancy that is expected is never met, because sometimes some of the victims tend to die earlier than expected. And then, of course, it creates what we call loss of labor force. So people that can walk into the industries and maybe get to do their very best in order to help this country elevate in terms of growth and development are so limited. So those are some of the impacts. And as you can see, HIV and AIDS impact on the population is not positive in any way. It is negative. It is bringing a very negative impact in our society. Then that aside, we also want to talk about ways of managing slow population growth. What do you think are some of the best ways of managing slow population growth? What are some of the best ways of managing slow population growth? Yes, Yves, how best can we manage slow population growth?
Increased use of family planning methods.
Increase. Now, when we increase use of family planning method, are we really managing slow population growth? I think there is something that you're still not getting on ways of managing. Yes.
Sorry.
So,
Immigration.
yeah, we have immigration. We should be able to encourage immigration so that we have so many people coming into our country, so that our population is increased in that way. Calvin Keith.
Increasing food production.
Yes, we can also be able to increase food production. We can also be able to increase food production. And once we have that, our society would be comfortable having quite a number of children, because they'll definitely have food to feed them. That is very much in order. Shanella?
Discouraging divorce.
Yes, discouraging divorce, because when we were looking at things that slow population growth is divorce is also included to be part of it. Reason being that when people get to divorce, there is no that chance of them now giving birth, since they are living separate ways, and some of them from divorce, they always maybe don't want to get into marriage again, and therefore they may not really love to have more children, since they are already divorced. So we should be able to really discourage activities such as divorce. That is very much in order. Then we have Keisha.
Discouraging polygamy.
Ways of managing. There's something you guys are not getting. Remember, we have a situation where there is a population that is very low. How can we be able to manage it? How can we increase it? I want you to think on that line. Yes. Yes, Keisha, come up again.
Encouraging polygamy.
Yes, when we encourage polygamy, we'll be able to have the population increasing. That is very good. When we encourage practices such as polygamy, then we will have high birth rate. That is very much in order. Keith?
Improving medical services.
Yes, improving the medical services and the medical facilities. That is very much in order. We should be able to improve this, so that at least when you're sick, you are able to visit a health center or a dispensary, so that you get your treatment, and in that way the life expectancy will be or shall be increased. That is very much in order. Alvan, what is the other thing that we need to look at when it comes to managing slow population growth? Yes, urbanization. You know, this will attract more people to our country, especially to our urban centers. And therefore, if we get to improve, when we talk about urbanization, the definition should not escape your mind. When we talk about urbanization, remember, we are dealing with growth and development of town. Growth and development of town. That is what urbanization entails, or that is what urbanization is all about. So it will really attract more people. Today in Kenya, we do not really have only Kenyans working in Nairobi, but we have different people from other countries within Africa, and others are also coming from different continents, some of which have gained citizenship through registration, others have not. But of course, they are working towards the development of our country. Any other person with another answer? Camila, Linda?
Discouraging family planning.
Yeah, we've talked about that, discouraging family planning. That is very good, Camila. That is very good. Another person with a different way of managing slow population growth? Shanela?
More job opportunities.
Yeah, creation of employment. At least this would guarantee people that in as much as they are giving birth, at the end of the day, they have job, and through these jobs, they'll be able to get money to provide both basic and secondary needs for their children. That is very much in order. Any other person with a different way of managing slow population growth? Yes, Lola? Lola?
Offering financial support to families who have a large number of children.
Yes, offering financial support to large families that to large families or families with a high number of children. That is very much in order. It will give them the courage to be able to maybe have children, or to be able to provide for these children in question. That is very good. Yves?
If there is peace in our country.
We should ensure that peace is also prevailing. But let me bring this to your attention. Ways of managing slow population growth. Things that you need to really consider here is rewarding families that get more children. Rewarding families that get more children. So the government should always come in to ensure that they reward those families. And this is under slow population growth. This is under slow population growth. We should be able to reward those families, maybe through financial support, or maybe other basic needs that they are looking for, or maybe secondary needs that they may be looking for. When we are talking about basic needs, this is just to do with shelter. We also have clothing, and we also have food as well. So when the government can strongly come in and support such a population, then they will get to increase as time goes by. Then, of course, another very important point, encourage people to marry and give them government support. Now, if you look at what is happening in Kenya, so many people tend to shy away from marriage due to maybe responsibility that it comes with. And when we looked at the employment percentage against the unemployment, we noticed that the unemployment rate is very high. The unemployment rate is very high in Kenya. So as a result, you'll find that there are so many youths that do shy away from marriage because if they get to marry today, they'll not have what to maybe use to feed their family, since they do not have jobs. So the government should be able to encourage, or citizens should be able to encourage people to marry, and also give them support, necessary support. Because sometimes when they do not have job, if they marry and jobs are not there, believe me, some of them will shy away, and as a result, you'll find that families separate because maybe the husband cannot provide. Then, of course, we have encouraging foreigners to settle in the country. Yeah, this is immigration. When we get to encourage foreigners to come to our country, Why are we encouraging them? Because our population is very low. Remember, we are looking at ways of managing slow population growth. So how to increase it? I think that is what some of you are missing. That's why they were giving answers that were not appropriate. How to encourage the increase of population? The best way is to be able to give such like support. Now, earlier on, someone had said improved medical care to reduce infant mortality rate, the rate at which children below 2 years get to die is very rampant. So when we improve our medical sector or our health sector, we will be able to maybe assure or we will be able to ensure that our population gets to grow and our life expectancy will be very high. Now we have this one. Ensure enough food for the growing population. Food productivity should be very high. We should have a high food productive rate or percentage so that we get to ensure that we have a population that we can be able to feed. Then campaign on the importance of getting more children. Yes, so campaigning on the importance of getting more children. That is also very significant. When we campaign and be able to create awareness on the importance. Remember, we need our industrial areas to grow. For us to be able to achieve that, our population should be growing, and it should be growing more and more. Now, I think those are some of the factors that we really ought to have looked at yesterday, but time did not allow us to. And of course, today I wanted to wrap up that point before we go to our new activity. So I want to believe that you've looked at the population structure in terms of the pyramids that are done. There is one that is explaining the structure, the population structure of Kenya. There is one explaining the population structure of India. There is another one that is explaining the population structure of Germany. Now, that is where that topic comes to an end. But of course, there are several questions that you can always do in our various books just to be able to see if you can respond to such questions whenever they are tested.